Welcome, Aquarius, to your July 2017 reading. General reading, by the way. I've been noticing some of the comments in the other videos where it feels to me like clearly the message doesn't fit them, but they're, some people are like trying to make them fit. Or if it's something negative, here's what I suggest, okay, Aquarius? This is what I suggest. Anytime you watch any reading, okay, because it is general, and it's for many people. So this is what I do. I don't watch that many readings, to be honest. Maybe because I just don't have that much time. I do watch a few, though. And what I do is I always try to tune in first, like intuitively. I take 3 deep breaths, clear any negative energy I'm feeling, and then I invite my guides in. I invite my guides in to help me know if a certain message is for me or not. And I suggest you guys do that maybe right now. Just go ahead and take 3 deep breaths and really just blow out any negativity, any stress, any anxiety, because you really want to come at a reading as open-minded as possible. And to be open-minded, we have to it's almost like we have to take whatever we're dealing with right now and set it to the side. It's kind of like when you go to your job and, you're having problems at home. Well, you certainly can't take your problems from home to your job. So when I used to manage fitness centers, there were certain people who just could not separate the two. And I would tell them, your problems stop at the door. And when you leave, if you want to pick those problems back up, go for it. But when you enter into work, it's a clean slate. So it's kind of like clearing that mind. It's just a suggestion, by the way, but that's what I do. Because I really want you guys to get these messages. I have to say, for July, it has been, I don't know, very, very spiritual. Many spiritual messages coming through. And it's funny because, of course, July, I said to myself, I need to do 20-minute readings because I have so much work. So, of course, my readings are like 2 hours. I mean, what the hell? But I just don't finish my readings until I feel that they're done. And I have to tell you also, when I'm doing my readings, I lose all concept of time. I have no clue how long I'm sitting here with you. And I don't mind. Like, I don't mind doing the long reading. I really, really don't. So I think if you're someone who doesn't like long readings, number one, look at the time before you even click on the video. Like, don't give me a thumbs down because my video is too long, but clearly the time is there, presented for you before you even click on it. No going in, hey, it says it's an hour and a half. I need to make sure I have an hour and a half. And the reason why I say that is because these readings for July have been evolving. I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, they're truly transporting me to a higher realm. And that's why they're so long, because, I'm being transported. And I am loving it. I am loving July's messages for every sign. And I'm excited for you, Aquarius. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it, okay? Okay, let's begin. Balance, Major Arcana. Temperance is also the other name for it. 7 of Cups. The Empress. The Empress. Beautiful, nurturing Empress. Not only nurturing, but fearless. She's a fearless woman. Ten of Fire. That's Ten of Wands. Queen of Swords. The Hermit. The Hermit. Major Arcana. It does represent Virgo. Doesn't have to be Virgo, of course, but it does represent Virgo. Beautiful. Nine of Cups on the bottom. So, this is your underlying energy for July. Kind of beautiful, right? Nine of Cups. You know, the Nine of Cups reminds me of the Star card because it's a card about, you know, the things that you've been praying for, hoping for, wishing for, start to come your way. This is a card where if you're feeling, well, you have the Ten of Fire, the Ten of Wands, so that's a heavy burden card. But I feel like with this being your underlying energy for July, that this is talking about more about your journey up until this very moment, up until this present moment. And to me, a 9, no matter what suit it represents, is about the journey. You know, because the 10 is the destination. So I feel like this is about your journey. Just becoming so much easier, Aquarius. You know, this is the love of life. We're gonna keep that out. Well, look what's underneath it. The 10. So this is the journey, right? And the journey, the outcome you're searching for is this Ten of Cups, the happily ever after card. You can't get here without this, though. So this is about enjoying this very moment because it is taking many of you to this Ten of Cups. Okay. I don't want to start digging backwards. Okay, so we're going to add some love in. You have 3 major arcanas here out of 6 cards. So half of your cards so far are major arcanas. So I have a feeling there are changes on the horizon. So what we got to do is figure out what kind of changes. Are these good changes? And if not, are we able to intervene? Okay, one more. There we go. Free yourself. I do love that it is the first card to come out regarding your love. Because it's clearly talking about freeing yourself from the past. And I say that because there's nothing before it, okay? Because it's the first card. He's clearly looking at the past. And it's kind of like looking at the past with a Open scope? I know, I don't even know if that makes sense, but it's what I heard, like an open scope. Open scope. Well, I feel, I mean, it does not make him, it's not making sense to me. But I feel that what this means is with an open mind. Let go control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. You deserve love. Now, somebody else had this in their reading in the exact same position. I think it was Sagittarius. Because this card is an outgoing card, and she's clearly shooting that arrow at something or someone or an idea, that kind of thing. But she's shooting it with determination. You know, she's 100% sure that she's going to hit her target. I mean, look at the confidence in her. Yet, the beauty at the same time. This is what I call beauty. You know, so this is someone who I feel that she has now balanced perhaps the masculine and the feminine qualities within her. And this arm, there's no doubt that I'm going to hit my target. I mean, just look at her face. Look at her eyes. With the angels around her. It's like they already know. So, we have to take a second and let's see what she's shooting her arrow at. Alright, Spirit. Tell us what she's shooting her arrow at. What is she shooting towards? What is it that she's looking for? Just a person or a place? What is it that she wants? Shooting at the card codependency. And it's funny how they're looking directly at each other. I feel for some of you, this may be where you're at this moment. And, you know, it's almost like she wants to take this woman out. You know, it's just like, get rid of this energy, I feel. For some of you, this could be actual addictions. You know, that is what the card, well, card tells you. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And, without, you know, addictions can be anything. You guys know that. You know, I'm sure this is my own imagination, but I'm seeing a telephone, an old-fashioned telephone over here. And I kind of feel like this woman, I almost feel like this is the same person. But this is with clarity now. This is her knowing that her actions is what's holding her back. And I feel for some of you, this is within communication. I mean, clearly I'm seeing this telephone for a reason. And I mean, they didn't even have phones back then, right? I have to tell you, I feel like, Aquarius, I feel like some of you have, it almost feels like you've isolated yourself. You know, I have to pull down here for a second, because the next card is the Ten of Fire, the Ten of Wands. And this is a card of heavy, heavy burden. And, you know, in the Ten of Wands, I feel like the burden that sits within this card is, you know, we can say that we've created some of this burden ourselves, right? Because I feel like in this card, we're a people pleaser. You know, we're trying to please, whether it be our family, our love, our boss, whoever, you know, and it's like not getting anywhere. It's almost, you know, codependency can absolutely stand for that too. Like trying to please everyone, but you don't please yourself. So you're doing it at your own expense, so to speak. So I feel, Aquarius, for some of you, what this is saying is, it is you trying to free yourself from this energy, which is causing you to be in the Ten of Wands energy force. Now, the good thing about the Ten of Wands is it is coming to an end. And it's clearly what you want. So for some of you, I feel like this is you putting it to an end. This is you waking up. This is you realizing that there's many things in your life that you could change. You can move out of. You can close the door on. And I'm not going to lie and say that it's easy. It's not easy. But once you work through this energy, it allows this Ten of Wands to come to an end. So sometimes working on ourselves is where we see the greatest growth, is when we see the greatest growth. And I can't deny that the Hermit's below her. And the Hermit is about going within, seeking spiritual answers, you know, asking the hard questions as it relates to your spirituality, as it relates to your energy and the energy of the world. I often feel I often feel that when we go into hermit mode, we go into hermit mode as the student. Because we're seeking answers from above. So we're the student. But when we emerge from hermit, we're now the teacher. It's almost the responsibility is automatically built in there. I feel this. You know, if I go into meditation or what have you, or I just quiet my mind, I do get messages that come to me. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why my readings really last that long. How do I say no? Like, how do I, you know, I mean, I know how. But it's like, there's a reason why they're meant to be this long. And I do feel like I often go into this stage. I go in as the student, I emerge as the teacher. For some of you, it's like you go into this hermit mode and you emerge as the master now. I don't know where, okay. I feel like there's a few of you who you have been thinking about going into ministry. in whatever form that means to you. It's preaching, not preaching, but teaching, perhaps the Word of God. And there's a couple of you, I feel like you're doing this because I feel you were someone, or probably still is, someone who is quite religious. But I feel like church, the temple, wherever you go, has kind of fallen by the wayside. Because I feel like you don't really care for constructed religion. And you want, this is kind of beautiful. And by the way, I would go to your church. Because I feel like what you're going to be doing is teaching about spirituality. Teaching about the archangels, the master ascendants. Teaching about energy. Wow. It's funny, I'm talking about this, and Spirit's putting it in my own heart. And I have to tell you, when I do readings, I get messages all the time, too. Even if it's not my sign, it doesn't matter. So, Spirit does send me messages through your messages. That's it's almost like I am you. I am the person who's thinking about doing this. And the feeling that is being put within me, it's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to let that go. But congratulations. And listen, if this is you, and this is something that you've wanted to do, I can tell you that you're going to be successful. I can tell you that people will come. And again, this is not this is more about spirituality, but you're still teaching the Word. The Word. You're just finding a much more universal way. Because that's what I feel like. I feel like I could come, I don't know if I want to call it a church, but I feel like, when I come to your place, I come to a place where everyone is. Where there are Jews, Muslim, I mean everyone. Every nationality. It's a smorgasbord of people. All seeking the same thing. Wow. Listen, if you have been dreaming of that or thinking of that, this is the time. This is the energy. Okay? It's, and even with the Empress right below that, it is about giving birth to these new ideas. You emerge from the hermit mode as the teacher. And now you take these lessons, these revelations that you've had, and you spread it. And we need you. We need people like you. All over the world right now, we need people like you. So please don't hold back. If this is your dream, go for it. Okay. All right, so if you watched any of the other videos, guys, I have brought out a new deck for me. This is a new deck for me. It's the Crystal Vision. Sorry, that's so loud. Let me just give this a couple shuffles. All my cards are always pre-shuffled, but I do like to shuffle on air for you. Yeah, so I started using these, I think this may be my 6th time. And, I thought I would introduce them in July in my reading, and I'm so happy I did. I just love them. So we're going to put a card, one on each tarot. So on Free Yourself, we have the High Priestess. Ten of Pentacles, beautiful. On Let Go of Control Issues. Eight of Cups, on You Deserve Love. That makes sense, because this is the desire to move on. The desire to leave the past behind. It's not just, I shouldn't say the desire. It is the desire, but it's also the action at the same time. So that's very fitting. On the Ten of Wands, we have the Seven of Pentacles. We have, this is funny, on the Queen of Swords, we have the Queen of Wands. On the Hermit, we have the Six of Cups. This could certainly mean that some of you are having happy memories of a Virgo. Reminiscing about a Virgo. On Balance, we have the Four of Wands. On the Seven of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups. Wow. All we need is the Queen of Pentacles and we will have all the queens. And then on the Empress, we have the Knight of Cups. So we have four cups. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2 Pentacles and 2 Wands. 1 major arcana. Okay. Let me bring this down a little bit so you can see. It looks like a mess already, doesn't it? I guess I could straighten these out. Alright, so Free Yourself. And the High Priestess. I feel like I put this too low. Okay, sorry about that. You know, this could just be a very simple message here. You know, the High Priestess showing up on Free Yourself. And Free Yourself, the ultimate message with Free Yourself is about taking control back of your life. Taking control back. And I can see that with a few of your cards. It is about taking control back of your life. What does that mean? Taking control back of my life. Well, it means that we start to understand that the people who affect us in a negative fashion, we kind of allow them. I'll grab a card. Look at that. The Eight of Swords, which is pretty much the same as Free Yourself. I've noticed how they are dressed very similar. she, of course, has this ribbon all over, like she's bound. But she's not. And of course, each sword represents an event in our life. Excuse me 1 second. I don't know how to pause this. Hi guys, I just paused my video. Okay, just wanted to make sure it started back up. Sorry about that. Okay, so you know, Aquarius, I feel like for this card, Free Yourself, I feel like it's talking more. I have to tell you, for a lot of you, I feel like you have done this. Like you are, for some, it feels like you are completely free now. You know, I feel like the High Priestess is saying that a lot of what you needed to free yourself was your own mental thoughts, your own limitations that you put upon yourself. And I feel like you've, you know, perhaps some of you have gone into this hermit mode. For some of you, you know, perhaps your spirit guides are giving you real clarity. You know, almost like it feels like starting to reveal a new path for you. And Aquarius, I know this doesn't come easy. I know that. But for those who have done this, number one, congratulations. And number two, what you teach the rest of us is that no matter how wrapped up we are in our problems, our thoughts, many times what we imagine is going to happen never happens. You know, when we're thinking negative. Listen, I do this all the time. You know, I have children. You know, as a parent, I feel like, you know, we're always somewhat in worry mode. And I do have a wild imagination. So I do have to be careful of this energy. You know, I have to tell myself, you know, what is real and what am I imagining? But I do feel like this is clarity. You know, as soon as I saw this card, I felt that this was the energy. I mean, I know for some of you, you're just starting this process. But Aquarius, I feel like for a lot of you, you're really starting to understand the way energy works in your life. And the way your thoughts can control an outcome. So I feel like this is just clarity over that. For some of you, I feel like you're completely out of this energy now. You know, you are in that state of freedom. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you don't mind, like leave a little comment and just, you know, because I want the people who are just starting this process to understand, you know, when you're done, like when you really have clarity, how the world seems to open up to you. I mean, the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. This is getting back to a place where we start to love our life again. And not dread it. You know? And of course, for some of you, this could certainly mean a partner. You freed yourself from a partner. Okay, let's go right next to that. So we have let go control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Unfold naturally. You know, this is without us putting in, trying to control every step of the way. And come on, guys, we know when we do that, like, that's when we really fuck it up, right? You have the Ten of Pentacles on top of that. And I'm feeling two things. I'm feeling for some of you, this is what you want so badly. This is, you know, much like the Ten of Cups. This is also, you know, it's described as a rich and rewarding family life. Rich and rewarding family life. So this is the goal. And what you're being told is you can't force this onto someone or even yourself. And remember, the Nine of Cups is about the journey. So it's like the journey of getting, this is the beginning of a relationship here. So it's like from the beginning of the relationship, it tells us to enjoy the journey. Every part of it. Especially the beginning. Because with the Nine of Cups there, I feel you do reach your ultimate outcome. But again, Spirit's saying, if you try to control it too much, you could force yourself back into this type of energy. Because you're not enjoying the present moment. You're so concerned about the future. And let's be completely honest, Aquarius, we don't know if we even have a tomorrow, right? We don't know that. I know that for a fact. You know, I lost 4 family members so quickly. Like one after another. And its biggest lesson is that I am not guaranteed tomorrow. I am not guaranteed tomorrow. So I cannot allow myself to stay in this type of energy. I'm wasting my life when I do that. Literally wasting moments, beautiful moments. Beautiful moments. Because I'm so concerned about where this relationship is going. You know, even if you look at this card, this woman is clearly looking at this man with almost a fear. Right? I mean, it looks like she's heading out the door. I'm sorry, but it's like the daughter's like, here we go again. Here we go again. So this is clearly telling you to enjoy the journey. Don't try to force anything. The Hierophant. The Hierophant. With the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is ultimately marriage. Or commitment. Yeah, it's definitely the ultimate commitment. So there is your possibility. right? There lies the possibility. And I feel like that needs to be enough. The possibility. I like how he's given the peace sign. Listen, for the ones I was talking to earlier, in this hermit mode where you emerge as the teacher, to the point where you are now the leader of your church, however that church is going to be for you. I feel like this is even a message to you that, you know, it's not about the ultimate outcome. It's just about getting the people in the door. And once they get in the door, I feel like they become loyal. And I don't mean like loyal to you, but I mean you spark their interest and they want to come back. And I feel like within this 10, this is one person telling another person, telling another person. I also feel this is saying, now listen, you don't have to be starting a church. Perhaps you are starting an organization where you're helping other people. And again, I feel like if that is your, like if that's what you're being called to do, I feel like Spirit's also telling you, you know, because what's the first thing you're going to think of is, okay, how am I going to get the finances to pull this all together? I feel like what you need will show up. I feel people will show up. This could even be like starting your own YouTube station or channel where you are spreading the word. You know, it doesn't have to be in a brick and mortar place because, you know, maybe that's exactly what you're doing. You're doing it on YouTube because, like, I see the people. Okay. Let's go over here now. So we have the card You Deserve Love. We had codependency come out with that, right? And now we have the Eight of Cups. So we talked about this a little bit. This is the desire to move on. Wanting to move on, it's cups. So clearly it's wanting to move on from perhaps a partner back here. And let me correct myself. Again, it was the desire, but now I feel like the action, like now you are in action mode. With the Nine of Wands. I feel like the Nine of Wands is popping up to tell you to keep focus. Have a plan. But make sure your plan is mutable, changeable. You know, and why I'm saying that is I see a piece of paper and I have the option between a pen and a pencil. And I'm being directed to pick up the pencil because I know I can erase with the pencil. So I feel like that's exactly what it's saying to you. As you now move forward with a new, kind of a new understanding within you, it's about staying focused on, you know, what put you here. Again, because you freed yourself. And you free yourself because you have that desire to move on. Probably with a person, because it is cups. You know, I almost feel like this is asking you to have control over your thoughts. Because I feel here you do. But I feel this is a need to keep that control. Almost like when you start to think back, snap yourself out of it. Because with the 10 of Wands following this, it feels to me like there's that possibility of all the work that you put in slipping back. You know, like going back to maybe a person, a place, a thing that you work so hard to get away from. So this is controlling the thoughts again, because it's your thoughts that would pull you back here. You know, and she's looking right at her. Now, this lady has her back to us, but that's because she's moving into her future. And it's like the 9 of Wands, where she kind of looks like, well, I mean, she looks like a warrior here. It's almost like she's saying, I have your back. Just stay focused. Stay focused. Let's take one more in that. So we have the 2 Pentacles on that. So this could be you leaving a job. Now, for some of you, this could be you leaving a job because of someone at your job. You know, someone that maybe you had a romance with. Yet I'm reminded with the 10 of Wands that that can certainly be a card of working too much. So I feel like the 2 Pentacles is showing up, showing me that you're trying to find that balance. It's almost like you're trying to find the balance between your finances and your love. Your finances and a romantic life. You know, having both. Because both are so important. Now, this doesn't have to be having romance, but it is certainly the balance between work and fun, let's say. So Aquarius, for some of you, I do feel like you are walking away from a job or a person, possibly within your job, and you're seeking that balance. You know, and she is looking directly at the 10 of Pentacles. So this tells me this is her ultimate goal. And what's the 10 of Pentacles? Again, a rich and rewarding family life. Both. Our material world is comfortable the way we want it. Our emotional life is good. the way we want it, because we're seeking that balance between the two. Then we have the Ten of Fire with the Seven of Pentacles. It's a Ten of Wands. It's funny because this pot here, which is filled with the wands, it almost looks like she's carrying the same pot. But she's nice and relaxed. For some of you, this could be learning a new craft. You know, perhaps you're leaving a job and you are starting something brand new. Something you have not done before. Aquarius, it feels like there are some who are going from, you know, like what it feels like is someone who's like working in the stock market. And it's a crazy high energy job. And you move from that type of position. And it's like now, I don't know, like you're crafting boats. I just saw this beautiful wooden boat. And someone like, I don't even know, it's like, it's not sandpaper. Well, it might be, but it's, I don't know, it's like this white thing that I'm just going along the boat with. And I'm just like slowly taking layer by layer. So you're definitely creating something here. It's like going from one extreme to the other. But the energy of the Ten of Wands kind of forced your hand. It's just too much, too much. You know, it's almost like the finances aren't worth it. The Hangman. So I feel like this is something you've been thinking about. It's very clear to me that there are, I feel like many of you who are leaving your jobs. And I do feel like you're leaving because you want to, not because you're forced to. And I kind of feel like there was an opportunity presented to you. But it's so different than what you do for a living now. So you go into hangman mode. And hangman mode is, you know, yes, we purposely put ourselves here. But we're here for a reason. We're here looking for wisdom. We're looking for answers. My opinion for the hangman, at least the way I read them, and it depends on what deck it is too, is this is someone who is seeking wisdom on their day-to-day life. You know, where the hermit is really speaking or seeking spirituality. This is seeking answers, almost to like, what do I do here? I have this offer. It's going to take me from this type of, this field that I know so well. And I make good money. But I'm always at work. And even when I'm not at work, I'm at work. Now, this offer that comes in that, this could also be like your spirit guides coming in. I just heard the word Stella. Stella. So I don't know. Hi, Stella. Or maybe I have a spirit guide whose name is Stella. So if you know it's Stella, Stella. I don't know one Stella. So it's clearly not for me. So if you know a Stella, if you are not her, I guess it could be male too. There's a spirit guide here. And I feel like they're giving you illumination. I feel like they are trying to help you. Listen, if your guide is trying to move you or it's almost like persuade you to move in a certain direction, it's because you asked for it, okay? It's because of this burden. And at some time, you must have asked for either clarity or opportunities to come your way. And they do. So now, I mean, this is a tough decision. I get it. Because, this could be like taking half the pay. But my God, does it feel worth it? So I feel like if you can afford to do that, and this is what you've been wanting, do it. Because even though I'm saying you're going to take half the pay, that's just for now. The possibilities are endless. Especially with Stella here. But nonetheless, this is an energy of, well, I feel like when you have this energy in a spread, you need to be careful. Because this is the type of stress that can definitely increase your blood pressure. Can affect us in negative ways, can affect our health. They're stress related. Okay, and I just heard it doesn't just have to be with high blood pressure. Because what I'm being shown is someone going to food as their comfort. It's like you go to food, it feels like junk food. And I feel like it's kind of late at night. And then you regret it. And then you do it again. And then you regret it. And understand it's because of it's almost like this high-powered job is too much. Okay, I'm going to move on from that. You know who you are. Let's go in the middle of your spread. So we have the Queen of Swords with the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Swords. She's right in the middle of your spread. So she's important this month. And she's air. So, it's about communication. I mean, it's not just about communication. But she is the energy of independence, is what I feel. She gets a bad rap sometimes because she has that sword. But she doesn't bring out her sword unless it's needed. And with the Queen of Wands on top of that, I feel like some of you have to bring out your sword. Because the Queen of Wands is about the action now. So I feel like there is some of you who, it's almost like you need to take on both characteristics. You know, she's looking at her crystal ball, and I'm just looking at the bubbles here. So similar. So it's almost like the Queen of Swords is saying, here, I'm going to allow you to borrow my sword. But yet, as you use the sword, be responsible. Seven of Wands. I feel like you have that card. Huh. Maybe not. For some of you, this is cutting off communication from another person. Or a few people. I feel like this is cutting off the people who are causing drama in your life. Now, that doesn't mean you have to cut the person out. But this is someone, you know, with both queens here, this is definitely someone who is able to speak her mind. So if this is a family member who's causing a lot of drama in your life, you know, I would never say, well, cut them out of your life, but you can certainly go to them. And, you know, because I have the Ten of Pentacles up here too. So I know that there is, and I have the Queen of Cups down below. So I know there is a very peaceful solution. But I feel like it starts with you saying to these people that no longer do you want them to bring your drama to you. Okay, well, I just got another message on this too. So some of you, I feel like you have been waiting for contact. You've been waiting for someone to communicate with you. Could very well be this Hermit. And I feel like what you're saying is, that's it. If we don't work something out in the month of July, I'm done. I feel like this is you being very strong. Male or female, by the way. Like being very strong, and not just strong, but you mean it this time. I mean, you mean it. We're either going to get this together or we're going to break it apart. You know, this is you showing up right in the center of your reading. Again, male or female, it does not matter. And because it's in the center, I also feel like this is energy that you are going through right now, or have just recently gone through it, or will be very, very soon. But I feel like you are, look at the fire in these cards. You know, you are, that's it. That's it. I feel like this is talking about that the person who has possibly cut off communication, or, you know, I feel like communication comes in here and there, kind of when they feel like it. And it's like when the communication does come in, it's just not very loving. Isn't it funny how we fight for things where there's so much better waiting? I feel like this person has taken you on quite the ride. Quite the ride. Up and down, up and down. And everything inside of me wants to scream, bullshit. Bullshit. I'm sorry. But you know what happens is I take on this energy. I feel it. So I need to express it too. But listen, I'm saying it for you. I feel like there's people out here who's just like, it's bullshit. It's bullshit how you treat me. And it's bullshit how I keep accepting it. But this is it. Aquarius, I do feel like this is it. You know, I almost feel like when you watch this reading, it's almost like this is it. It's almost like you're not even going to wait for communication. Because this person, let me tell you, I don't say this very often, but I feel like they're kind of a piece of shit. I'm swearing a lot in your reading. I apologize. I don't want to. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad at the person, but I'm also mad at myself. Look at that. All wands. All wands together. Sitting on top of you. And we started with the Queen, and now we're at the 2. So I have to say 2 things. Number 1, for those who are in this type of relationship where the person is contacting you here and there, and when they do contact you, it's like, you know, oh, finally, and then it's like, you know, if it's on the phone, you hang up, and you're like, that's it, you know, like, here I wait, and and it's just, I don't know. This person is too much. But I kind of love how we started with the Queen, and we're going back to the 2. Okay, and I just said I kind of love that, but before I tell you what I love about it, I have to tell you what I don't love about it. Because I feel for some of you, this person will continue to work their way into your life. And I do feel like they are not going to make a commitment. They're just not. And you know what? I'm happy that they're not, because I don't want to see you with this type of person. And I feel like the two of one. So for some of you, this is about repeating that pattern over and over again. Because here we go again, right? Here we go again. Until we get to this again. Or, for those of you who are saying to yourself, bullshit, this is it. I'm not going to do it anymore. You know, whether you put a time limit on it or not, it's that knowing that you just had enough. And for you, I feel like this is the dawning of a new day for you. I don't want to lie and say that I feel the beginning is easy. I don't feel it's easy. I don't feel it's as hard as you think it's going to be either, though. But this is you now taking action, no matter what. And it's like you're now moving away from this person. You spoke your mind. You made it very clear. And, you know, this is not about the other person, whether they decide to stick around after you tell them how you honestly feel. No, this isn't about them at all. This is about you and the possibilities that lie ahead for you. I can tell you, you do not want the Ten of Pentacles with this person. You won't have that. It won't come. That's how I should have said it. It won't come. Not for a long time anyways, because this person is so far away from that type of energy of giving and receiving. For them, it's about receiving. And I have to say, for some of you, you have quite the trickster here. Quite the ladies' man or woman's man. Woman's man? Ladies' man. Ladies' man. Oh, what the hell? I can't figure that. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. Let's do one more in here. I kind of already know, but the Emperor. Beautiful. So for some of you, I have to say this could be an Aries, okay? Have to put it out there. It could be an Aries who's doing this crap to you. I do feel for some of you, it's a Virgo. Could be another earth sign. But what I feel the Emperor's main message is about you taking on the energy of the Emperor, or you feeling like the Emperor once you're done here. The Emperor, someone with a very strong foundation. You know, the Emperor is like someone we look up to. Usually a father figure, you know, an older man. This is the one energy where I do feel like, you know, this is a man. Because otherwise, I feel like the Empress would show up. But this is if it's a person, okay? I feel this is more about you finding your true footing. You finding, it's almost like you find where you belong in the world. I'm noticing that his ball, his crystal ball here, is clear. And the Emperor's looking right at me. Or right at you. And it's a strange energy I'm feeling with the Emperor, because I don't normally feel this with the Emperor, but here, the Emperor showing me that this is about starting new. But this is about starting new with all the wisdom you have now that you didn't have before. You know, it's like those past lessons of what we will not accept in a person. And sometimes that's what it's about. You know, sometimes people like this are brought into our lives, believe it or not, to teach us a lesson. And sometimes it's about what we don't want, what we cannot accept in life. And many times we accept this type of energy when we lack self-confidence. Because when we're confident in ourselves, like the Emperor, like the Queen of Swords, this type of person doesn't have a chance. No, not a chance. So I guess it's a personal decision here. But I do see that if it, you know, it's almost like if you keep buying into their bullshit, you're going to keep repeating this pattern. You're going to keep repeating this road. And it's almost like there's no end to it. There's no commitment at the end of this road. There's only the same. It's kind of like Groundhog Day. You know, the movie. Over and over and over again. But ultimately, the decision has to be yours. Okay, let's see what this Hermit wants. Sitting with the Six of Cups. You know, the Six of Cups is reminiscing about our past. You know, normally, this is good memories. Wow. Can I just say one thing? You know, I'm looking at the Hermit. And his beacon is an illuminated heart here, right? And I just glanced over here, and what it feels like to me, for some of you, it's like you go into the self-discovery mode. And it feels like for some of you, it's like you start from your child, your childhood, your inner child. And it's like as you do that, as you look back, it's like this healing comes to you. And here's you as an adult. It's almost like the Hermit is allowing your inner child to come forth to help you today. And for some of you, this is a Virgo that you have happy memories about. You're reminiscing about. With the King of Swords with that. There's your dark, mysterious man, right? I mean, you know, I'm just looking at the two of them. I'm thinking, well, they would make a good couple. But she's not looking at him. So it is Swords. So for some of you, this is another air sign. You know, it could be another air sign that you're having these memories about. Looks like he's got an L and an R tattooed on his hand. which left, right, but why is it on the same hand? I almost feel like it's showing me his skill level. I mean, he is the King of Swords. And remember, we have the Queen of Swords. This is a clarifier, though. All right, I don't know where this came from, but I have to just say, I feel like for some of you, this person may have diabetes. Maybe having like some leg pain, you know, nerve pain in their legs due to diabetes. For some, this could be you. I feel for some of you, you need to get outside. You need to get out in the fresh air. You need to get out in nature, around water. I don't know why health is coming up here, but I'm not feeling anything like negative. I'm feeling like nature will help you greatly. I mean, nature is healing, number one. I gotta take another card on this. It's interesting. Four of Pentacles. I feel like for a few of you, you are seeing an earth sign. And it's probably a Virgo. Doesn't have to be, though. And it doesn't have to be their sun sign. But, you know, you do know that they have Virgo in their chart. It's weird. I feel like you're almost a little afraid of them. But not afraid as in they're going to come in, like, hit you or something like that. I feel like some of you, you're reminiscing about the Hermit, about this Virgo. Or another air sign. And I feel like you are trying to pull them, like try to pull their energy back to you. But at the same time, I feel fear. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. So the fear lies. Okay, I got it. Now we can change the characters. But what I'm feeling the story is, that's so weird. It just completely left my head. Gone. However, I don't know what I was going to say, But what I'm going to say now is I feel that this person that you're having memories about, possibly try to manifest back in your life. I feel there was a time in their life where they didn't seem very reliable. Well, they weren't very reliable. And when I say reliable, I mean as in the fact of building their foundation, like working hard to have the life of the Ten of Pentacles. And okay, I almost feel, I'm sorry, I know, but it's almost like, okay, I think I have this backwards, because I feel like you're reminiscing about someone of your own sign, and you're wishing that they had more characteristics of, like, the Virgo. And what I feel is it's mainly because, you have these dreams of having a nice home, having nice material things in your life. And I feel that you work hard, and it's like, this person from the past didn't, at the time, at least. Let's see if he changes. Well, now we got the Lovers on that. I have to say with the Lovers here, first of all, let's throw out that we have to throw Gemini in now. Okay? All right, so Spirit, tell me more. What's going on here? Okay, so for some of you, again, you're looking back, you have these memories. It's almost like you're trying to manifest this person. And there is a fear around it. Because I feel like it's like their history, and their history has not been the greatest. And you would love to have them back in your life again. But your material world is important to you. And as it should be. It's like that energy, I've worked hard for what I have. So I feel like the fear is, if this person does come back into your life, well, number one, have they grown? Have they become responsible? Have they changed their ways? And I have to say, I feel that they have. I feel that they have. I feel that you're either surprised or you're going to be surprised. Aquarius, I almost want to tell you, if this energy right now is fitting what you're feeling, what you've been thinking, I almost want to tell you to pick up the phone or send a text or even like something on their Facebook if you are connected. I feel like you have to throw a little seed out there. And I feel like when you do, that seed's going to grow. Okay, wow. Again, you're someone who your foundation is very important to you. And I guess what I mean by that, you know, you probably own a home. You don't have to, but, you know, it's like you have some money in the bank. You have enough things that you've worked hard for, and they meet, and you're grateful for them. So you're one of those people who you're grateful for everything that you receive. And this person in the past kind of didn't have, you know, doesn't have that attitude. But I feel like they do now. Especially with the Empress right below it. Okay, let's move on. We'll see if anything else comes from that. We're going to go over to balance. Major Arcana. This is Temperance. And the Four of Wands sits with that. Well, could this be a continuance of this? Possibly. Possibly. Because balance. To me, its main message, well, not even its main message, but one of the biggest messages stands out to me is this is about divine timing. This is about perfect timing. This is about us needing to wait, so to speak. We never need to do anything. We're always able to do whatever we want. But this is universal time. And, you know, I'm just looking because I have the Hangman, like, looking down at this card. And I do feel like we're continuing to talk about these people over here. Well, we have a lot of people over here. We got Gemini, we have Virgo, and then we have air signs. Right? So, and Spirit's telling us, you know, this is about perfect timing. This is about universal timing and not human time. The Four of Wands on top of that. This is like the marriage card. Page of Pentacles. So there's an offer. Here's the offer. Huh. You know, this is the perfect card to show up after talking about this energy of needing to protect your own foundation or thinking that you need to protect it. Again, because I do feel like this person is completely different. Much more responsible. And I feel like that's what the Page of Pentacles is showing up here to tell us. That there is an offer or the possibility of this coming together. And with the page, it is about the message coming in or the message going out. So I want to tell you, if you're comfortable, again, contacting this person, I feel it's very safe. And I feel like, I kind of feel like it's going to happen no matter what. But I feel like the universe is saying, hey, now's the time. You know, like, now's the time if you want. Doesn't mean you have to right this moment. The time is just opened up. So if you feel comfortable, again, if you don't feel comfortable with a telephone call, you know, something as small as liking a post or a comment that perhaps they put on their Facebook, or liking a picture that they put on Facebook, or, you know, whatever other sites are out there now. Okay, now we have the Seven of Waters, Seven of Cups, with the Queen of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is needing to make a decision. But it's not an easy decision here, because there's a lot of moving parts when you get to the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of things to consider. Just noticing how the Knight is riding right in towards the Queen. I have a lot of nurturing energy here. For some of you, I feel like this is a decision of whether you are ready to start your family, whether you want to have a baby, whether you want to adopt a child. I'm saying adopt because I feel that there's someone who knows about, it feels like either three brothers or like two brothers and a sister, but there feels like there's three of them. And it's like you heard that there's a possibility of them being torn apart, broken apart, like adopted out to different families. And Aquarius, I feel like one of you are adopting these three children. Well, you're in that decision mode right now. But I have to say, I feel that you do. So, beautiful. I love adoption, you know? Just think of all the children in foster care. You know, and that may even be the message here, because I do have the Empress next to that. And for some of you, this could be the energy of wanting a child, but not being able to have a child. So you go through adoption. And you have victory with that. Victory. I love that the Six of Wands came out on top of the Seven of Cups. Because again, this is a decision, but this is not an easy decision. And it's not an easy decision because there's so many different things we have to think about within this decision. But nonetheless, it's like victory. And I love that victory came on the Queen of Cups. Beautiful, nurturing energy, right? Chariot. I have to say, for some of you, this could simply be needing to make a decision in the car that you're going to buy. You know, whether you're buying, well, you know, it's like whatever type of car you want to buy. And I feel like this is more about you researching. This could certainly be talking about moving also. I know I'm spending a lot of time staring at the cards, but again, some of these cards I've never seen before. And I love the artwork. And, you know, the artwork is meant to ignite your intuition. So sometimes you have to take a moment with a card and not rush through it. You know, you can look at the base meaning, but many times the answers are deeper. And the Chariot's looking right at the Six of Wands and this Queen. So this Queen clearly wants to continue forward. The Queen clearly wants this victory over whatever these decisions are. And she clearly gets victory, which allows you to move forward in the way you want your life to be. I have to take one more. I'm sorry. Well, I don't know why I'm sorry, but wow. I mean, I just have, it's like decisions and everything. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people. So I feel some of you are making decisions about your jobs. Some of you are simply trying to figure out what car you want. And you are doing research. If you're not doing research, do your research because it's here, you know. The advice is to research. Others, I feel like this is you moving, like moving from where you are now, like your home. And you may be moving due to work. This may be what the decision is. I feel like someone's been offered a job that literally you do have to move house and home. And you may be moving, it may just be you, Aquarius. You know, I kind of feel like you may be leaving someone behind here. And there is, so that's also, oh my gosh. See, it's a complex decision. But I do feel that someone is leaving their home, moving. Number one, because you have a job offer. But I have to tell you, I feel like the people I'm talking to right now, I feel like you were seeking this, you were seeking employment away from where you are now. So it feels like this move has been planned, at least in your mind. So the job offer comes in. And I do see you saying yes. And I do see you leaving someone behind. But I don't feel sadness. I feel excitement. For some of you, you could be leaving this Queen or King of Cups behind. And perhaps why I don't feel sadness is maybe you're just moving ahead of them. You know, like you have this job offer, again, male or female, and it's like you are going first to secure the foundation. Yeah, because I'm not feeling like people being torn apart. So, you know, there's a lot of decisions right here, energy of decisions. And it's just every different way. Okay, let's move to the next card. See if this gives us more clarification. We have the Empress and the Knight of Cups on top of that. And again, the Knight of Cups is looking back. He is looking back at the Seven of Cups. And I'm noticing how the horse's head is kind of low. But this knight, he carries a cup in his hand with the roses. So he's definitely bringing in an offer of love. For some of you, this could be the great news that you find you're pregnant. I mean, she's holding a little baby. Well, that full moon is really standing out. Tower. I'm just noticing how the Tower, towards the Knight, this part's still standing. And this part is on fire and starting to fall down, but he's riding away from that. This is someone who does not want to end a relationship with you. This is someone who does not want the tower to come down. It's a night for some of you. This could be someone who's younger. You know, you could feel like the Empress to this knight, almost nurturing. I'm just looking at the colors now here, and I see more of that within the Empress. Nine of Cups. So I have a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces here. Maybe younger than you, male or female. And I feel that you may have put an end to this relationship. This Tower definitely has come down in someone's love life. It's definitely within love. And they're kind of back to back, like, you know, like she's focusing that way, he's focusing that way. But they're both thinking of love. It's like they both want. You know, what's funny is she has 9 cups. And he's got 1 cup in his hand. I'm looking at her eyes, they're closed. And it's almost like she, oh God, what's the name of those? It's a weed that you, and it's got like a white, oh my God, I feel so stupid when I read sometimes. It's got like a white ball on top of it, and you pick it up and you blow on it, and all the little thingamajiggers fly. You know what I mean? Oh my God, what is the name of it? But that's what it looks like. It looks like you're blowing on one of them, and the particles of that weed, I think it's a weed, yeah, it's a weed, starts permeating in the universe. I feel this is 2 people who were together who are now broken up, but it's like neither one really want to be broken up. I feel like you want a rebirth of this relationship. And someone walked away. I mean, someone walked away from this relationship. Someone walked away from this relationship. You know, I feel like one of you brought this tower down. And it's like walking away, feeling somewhat defeated. But it's like knowing that you can't continue to hold on to the energy. You know, this is a very short little message, and I'm just going to leave it a short little message. I feel like there is someone who did walk. I feel like one of you told your partner that you're pregnant, and I do feel that they have walked away from you. Son of a bitch. Yet I do feel they're coming back in. I do feel that it's almost like they have been in this 7 of Cups mode. Thinking, complex decisions. But I could very easily put it this way. Both have the full moon. Male or female. You both have the full moon. He holds that 1 cup to bring you to this 10 of Cups. So there was a definite ending to this relationship. Definite ending. I mean, it ended. And it's clear to me that one party ended and the other one did not want it to end. And I can't really tell who, because I'm feeling a mix of both energies. Let's take one more on that. Well, hello. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. I mean, crazy, right? Here you are. 9 of Cups. You know, this is you wishing and hoping and praying. You know, but this is with positivity. Aquarius, I feel like for some of you, this is like almost mind control. Like you could literally just close your eyes and think about this other person. And it's like you can slowly bring them back. Well, you must be soul connected. So here he comes back with that 1 cup that takes you to this beautiful family, beautiful love. And he's standing behind you here. If you're female, he's standing behind you. I guess it doesn't matter, again, what, you know, whether it's male or female. But I feel like what this is saying is, you know, it is the night that's bringing in the last cup to bring you to this energy. And I feel what this is saying is, even though there was clearly an ending, and this is an ending, you know, so this is like an ending and then no communication, you know, that type of thing. A clear ending, you know, and one walking away. Feeling a little defeated, to be honest. But yet, here it comes again. It's like through your affirmations and your prayers, you bring this energy to you again. But this time it's different. And you know what? I almost feel like whoever this is, hoping. I shouldn't say hoping. It's more than hoping. It is, it's manifesting. Whoever this is trying to manifest this partner in. I kind of feel like you are the one who ended the relationship. But this is renewal. I mean, this is renewal at its finest. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I was going to take one more card, but I want to leave it there. I mean, we're at the 10 of Cups. But I am going to clarify the 9. But before I do that, I want to pick up just a few of these. You know, the Virgo in me, I don't like it when my whole table feels a little cluttered. So, I do this just to read better. Let me just pick a few of these up. Let's pick up the clarifiers. I'm going to shuffle for a minute. You know, it's funny, I just noticed where I put this 9 of Cups. I have the 10 of Fire on one side, I have the Hermit, which is a 9, on the other side. And I kind of love that because this is showing me that, you know, this heavy burden of before it's clearly coming to an end. And I feel for some of you, it is because of self-discovery. It is you learning how to work the energy again. Manifesting that you want. I also feel for some of you, this is like literally letting some of the concerns go in your life. You know, the things that we cannot change, yet we worry about all the time. Let that stuff go if you can. If you can't change it, there's nothing you can do. You know, it's like I have a medical procedure coming up, and I'm a little nervous, to be honest. I am nervous. And I find myself worrying about it. But then I make myself stop. Because I have to remind myself that it doesn't, you know, what's the sense of me worrying today? You know? I'll worry on the day off. Okay. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Final card. Overall energy. Tell us why. Tell us more. Any other messages here for Aquarius? Any other messages in this beautiful cup? Oh. Knight of Pentacles. Huh. Okay. For some of you, just really quick, I feel that okay. I hope you guys can follow me when I read. And what I mean by that is, you know, if I've given you messages earlier, those all still apply. These are messages on top of that. Because I feel like for someone out there, there is this Virgo who is coming back. And I feel like this Virgo is someone you knew as a child or a young adult. Let me put it that way. And I feel now you're both... I feel like this is for someone who maybe around my age, like in their 50s, possibly 40s, maybe late 30s, but I'm not feeling younger than that. If anything, I'm feeling 40s, 50s, 60s. Now, I have to say 2 9s, so this may be in September, but that, you know, Spirit's pretty good at, you know, I feel like if that was the case, then this message would have came up in next month, in August. It could certainly be pointing to letting me know for sure that it's a Virgo. Okay, that message is closed. Ace of Wands. Temperance, again. Balance. King of Wands. Well, I feel like some of you have a, are going to have, I don't know if this is a new beginning or, well, I have the King of Wands down here. So that's a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And I have this new beginning. You know, it's crowning what I'm doing right here. This king is sitting at her feet. So, you know, I just don't feel like I have to read more into that. It's like, to me, it just feels very clear. So for some of you, you have this king or queen coming in. And it is the possibility of a new beginning. So a new love, let's put it that way. Because I don't feel that you've met here. And for others, I have to tell you, again, I feel like if you're waiting for a Virgo, excuse me, I feel like you've been waiting for a while. But with Temperance here, you know, it's that energy of us needing to be patient because we needed to wait for the universe to make sure the energy is right for us. You know, it's not always about us fixing us. Sometimes we have to allow the other person to go through, you know, like their spiritual awakening or, you know, whatever it is. So yeah, sometimes we have to wait on the other person. Sometimes the other person is waiting on us. But nonetheless, I feel like the wait is over in July. I feel that as clear can be. There is an Aquarius and there is a Virgo, and probably more than one, who are coming back together. I feel so good about this. And then we have this king, a new beginning. And I do want to take a card on the new beginning. Look at that, the Nine of Pentacles. You guys, this is all about the journey for you. This is all about enjoying this journey. Because you're one pentacle away from the Ten of Pentacles. But, I mean, this is where the joy lies, the miracle lies. You know, this is where the journey is where we get to know someone and how they can surprise us. And you know what I mean? So it's about not rushing through this. Because you will get to the Ten of Pentacles. You know, just like down here, you get to the Ten of Cups. But don't rush it. No rush. And the Two Swords. So it's just decisions. That's it. That's it. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. So I hope you have a beautiful July. And enjoy this energy, okay? It's here for you. You know, this is about the journey. You have so many nines. It's beautiful. Okay, guys, thanks so much. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.